What's going on, y'all? Today, we're going to look at ways to navigate a market that has seemingly run off without you, how to make sure you're staying on sides, and how not to fall into the trap of forcing counter trend trades. As you can see, the market has broken support, traded downwards pretty aggressively, found a bid, came back to the breakout retest area, and broke out. So let's break this down first. Why is there a zone here? Why does this zone exist? Well, this is the most recent batch of volume that led to a move back up, building a new range. So one question might be, why not mark this volume node instead? Why mark this one? Well, the reason is this is the most recent piece of information. And you can see that as price traded under this, they did taper. So what I do is I'll mark this. I'm not going to invalidate it if price trades under it. I'm going to note, hey, what happened? They tapered. Totally fine. If price came back and traded under this again, I wouldn't delete the zone. I would just see, okay, if they trade under it, do they taper? Do they reject it? Do they go back into this zone? And does it look like it's starting to form a reversal? At that point, I'm going to look for longs. So by the time I get to desk, it's pre-market. I'm seeing this information. The market traded lower, found a bid at this spot. It's holding. It's back at the breakdown retest, right? You can see this is an LVN. If it holds, I would expect price to continue higher. If it holds for the downside, I would expect price to revisit this zone. So by the time I got to my desk, this candle didn't exist yet. Market was still trading around the weekly open, and we're just waiting for the open. So as soon as the market opens, price rallies. It rallies. I had a plan. If the market were to open in this range, which it did, I'm going to wait to see if it rejects the upside or rejects this downside to either go through this range or to go back to this zone. As you can see, the market decided, screw your plan. I've got places to be, people to see. They're moving upside. I can't find a way on board. And I'm just stuck waiting for a pullback. But it does happen. So what kept me on sides is this. The market has traded up here. This is into a low volume area. Now, if they hold, likely they will get back to this bold range. So let's mark it, let's say 821, right at the edge of a prior node. If they accept this, they're going to go through. Let's say 911. So why mark these key references based on the 30-day rolling versus the more recent 5-day rolling, which would have us around 880s? The reason is this. This is the most recent batch of information. This volume node goes all the way through to around the 911s. It coincides. So these are going to be my spots upside. I'm not going to feel like I need to counter trend trade, especially with the market opening this strong. And we'll go through the order flow, we'll see the imbalances, and we'll see how they hold. So let's get into that now. Market's ripping. You can see the open here on the footprint. The market opens and it just runs. It's running without me. It says, screw your plan. And they're building volume here. This bar closes here. Comes down into this area, and you see all of this buy delta, offer lifting, all of the blue. They come down right into that spot and continue. More imbalances, but they're holding and they're building higher. They are not coming back for these imbalances. They didn't come back for it here. They're not coming back for it here. They are building. This forces me to stay out of the market. I don't have an entry. I don't have any access. Best I can do is wait for price to come back towards the 9 EMA, which also coincides with this right here. We'll mark it. This is a retest of the node that price just left behind, moving through the low volume area, looking to see if they can gain acceptance in the next node. So this is the line that I just marked for reference for the pullback. Let's start the replay. So this is at 3x speed, so we can get a real picture here. So we've got negative 82 right here, hitting the bid. Do they get continuation? on the sell side. Let's reset the prints. This is our reference area. Price is moving lower. 78. They hit the bid again pretty hard, but they're struggling to drive it lower. We've got 129 right here, sitting and waiting on the bid. See what happens. It's jumping up. And there's the news. 7 o'clock Pacific. We had some news. So you wait for it to shake out. One thing to note, it did leave a lot of imbalances right here. Empty prints. So something to note, the market tends to not leave order flow this way. So more confidence for the upside. And now we see both of these bars, this spot, really heavy selling and a passive bid. They're not really able to get much done under it. So we'll keep it playing. We'll reset the tape and we'll see. Just waiting to see. We want to see if there's a boogeyman out here underneath this passive bid. If it does taper, likely we can take this long. There it is. They trade under. You've got 12, you got 16, 6, 4, 1. This is not enough interest. This is a lack of, considering they've just sold this spot many times. You do see a bid piling in right here. So let's clear the tape and let's see how they play this, right? The bid starts to stack up and it's pushing. You see it inching higher and higher. It's reloading, it's willing. So as the market's driving away from this area now, you can see, where are the sellers then? They stepped off, right? The bid is pushing it up and it's reloading. It's going, it's going, it's going. Let's speed this up. We'll go 10x. And they keep going. So let's speed this up even more. We'll go 30x. Eventually, they tag this spot right here. So let's go back and reference the high time frame. This is the level. Now, all you need to see is, do they accept this node then? Do they accept this distribution? And if they do, likely they're going to make their way to the other side, 911. If price starts to pull back and they cannot trade into this low volume spot, they cannot sustain business, it will rotate through. So with that in mind, let's see how it shakes out. Again, this is 30x speed right now just to kind of get things moving. So at this point, they're building volume and then they're building higher. This is acceptance. They're building higher. They're not losing anything. They test prior node and they continue. So there it is, 911 tagged. You can see that, yeah, they're gonna pull this thing back. Why? It's the first time back into this tapered, right? Into this low volume spot. You're gonna get a pullback. So all to say, look, I had a plan. This was Monday on NinjaTrader Live. I gave my plan out pre-market. And as soon as the market opened, they said, nice plan, we'll take it from here. Left me in the dust. I could not get on board. And I just couldn't find any access, right? If we go back to the footprints again, you open with this big of an imbalance. I'm not going to just get on board and risk price coming back to cover these and then continuing. I'm going to wait. And it just goes and it goes. And as it's building up here, I'm not looking to get long here because we have all this imbalance, right? You guys know how I feel about these things. They are very likely to trade back, into these spots. And it's just not a risk that I want to take. So they leave that behind and they're going. They're building. I am locked out of access until I wasn't, right? So instead of looking for counter trend trades that would have definitely put me off sides, led to some losses, you stick to the plan. Make sure you know where you're going. Upside, we had, delete this. Upside, we had this older distribution that we had just left behind. If price is going to continue upwards, they're going to test this edge. So this is a good spot to target. And if they hold this and start to build above it, they're going to move to the next edge up here. So keeping this in mind, using the volume profile was a big part of why I didn't get offsides or set offsides. Some would say volume profile is a lie. I say everyone's entitled to their own opinions, right? This is my YouTube channel. I'll say what I want. And if you guys are looking for more of this kind of content, make sure you're subscribed, hit the likes, say something in the comments, and I hope this has been helpful. I'll see you guys next time.